Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to our webinar. Today, we are going to go over how to grow your business going beyond word of mouth. Be sure to let us know where you're watching from. Just drop it in the chat. And if you have any questions along the way, also just drop it in the chat. So I'm Jamie. I'm the Associate Director of Marketing here at RepairPal. And what we do at RepairPal is we introduce certified shops to new customers through our website, repairpal.com, and through our partners like CarMax and USAA. And then
Awesome.
Stephen. Mhm.
Super excited to be on today, everyone. My name is Stephen Faithful. I'm the Director of Sales at Steer. For those of you that know way back, I was one of the original co-founders of AutoOps. So know one or two things over the years about scheduling. So I'm super excited to chat today. Already seeing some faces that I know in the chat. So thank you for joining live, or if you're watching recorded, that is fantastic as well.
That is fantastic as well. Okay, so the agenda for today, and again, if you have questions along the way, just drop them in the chat and we will get to them at the end during the Q&A. We're going to talk about the 4 growth levers, search and engage. This is how you're going to get new customers, turning interested customers into booked appointments, and retaining past customers and targeting smarter. And then, like I said, we will have a Q&A at the end. And just so that you all know, you'll get a copy of these slides after the webinar, probably by the end of the day, and you will get access. You can always go and watch this video. Again, this is being recorded. Okay, so first, let's talk about the 4 growth levers, right? We're going to cover all of this in today's webinar. So first, there's search. Customers are actively looking for a technician they can trust through Google searches, estimate lookups, and more. Your shop should be visible where they're looking. So we have a saying here, if you are not online, you are invisible. And then you want to engage potential customers, right? Once they discover your shop, you need to build trust right away. Otherwise, they're just going to go to the next shop, of course. And you could do this through strong reviews, transparent pricing, and more. And when they're ready to commit, you want to remove friction from the booking process. This is what's going to help you convert appointments. Again, the customers today, they are online, they are self-serving, and they want this to be easy. If scheduling an appointment for a repair with you is difficult, they are going to move to someone who makes it very easy. And then your past customers, right? They represent your most valuable growth asset. So smart targeted use of data can turn one-time visitors into long-term, lifelong customers, right? That is revenue. So most shops are leaving at least one of these on the table, right? To have the ultimate amount of growth, you really want to focus on all of these levers. So first, let's talk about search and engaging new customers, right? So this should be no surprise to you. Getting new customers, it is expensive and it's very competitive, right? So although most shops rely on word of mouth, it is a very good way to get new customers, and it is cost effective, right? It's free. And folks are, doing Google ads, but missing other channels, right? There's social, there's traditional ways, there's lots of ways to get new customers, but consumer behavior is changing. And the cost to get new customers is rising year over year, competing against businesses with larger ad budgets might put your shop at a disadvantage. Relying on single channel creates vulnerability because again, you want to be online, and there's all types of channels. You don't want to forget about social, We're going to talk about your website. There's different online, places that you want to show up and be visible. Um, and not all shops have visibility into where they're actually being found. So let's talk about consumer behavior. Let's talk about some data, and then we'll talk about what you can do, right? So, um, again, this should be no surprise. The consumers that are out there now expect to find, evaluate, and book your shop online. Um, I have a Gen Z kid, and she will not pick up the phone and call anybody for any reason. Everything has to be just online. You know, she has to be able to take care of everything online. So 92% of vehicle owners are doing some level of online research before choosing an auto repair shop. So folks are online looking for repair shops. Almost two-thirds of all searches are on mobile phones. This is important because you want your website to be uh, you want to check and make sure that you can go on your mobile and your website is performing the way that it should, because people are on their phones. 70% of consumers say they trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations when selecting an online service or an auto service provider, right? So the stats um, show that people are more likely to book with a repair shop that has recent reviews. This is the same thing when you're on Amazon and you're trying to buy something. I will tell you, I go straight to the reviews when I'm deciding what to buy. I want to see what other people have to say. So online reviews are extremely important. Now, AI powered search, this has changed the game a bit. And I know you guys see it when you're searching for something. Now you have the AI summary. So this new behavior with Google search is making your website quality, having reviews and authority more critical than ever, because what the AI summary is doing is it's now pushing everything down. So your just organic page is now going to go, you know, lower to the bottom because of this AI summary. So you want to focus on getting into that summary, getting up at the top. That is free, right? Below that are the ads. So your website, and we will talk about this, it's extremely, extremely important. 47% of all US adults used AI to find a local business in the past month. And this includes, Chat GPT also, not just the AI summary in Google. And then we did talk about this a little bit. Gen Zers, millennials will generate the largest portion of the auto repair market by 2030, overtaking Gen X, that's me, and boomers. Okay. So when we talk about online search and online reputation, we talked about this a bit here, and you can see it in this screenshot on the phone on the left, where AI overviews is changing the way that customers are getting information, right? So they're citing what this is this is a problem and a solution. This is how this is behaving. So if somebody is searching for something, they're going to check all, and by they I mean Google, is going to check all of the online resources to see, is there a good answer for what somebody is looking for. So they're citing reviews, cost, and symptoms based questions. So you want to have a strong SEO authority to get this organic traffic to your site that you are not having to pay for. Now, I will say it could be very hard to achieve this on your own, because you do need to have the right type of content on your site in order to be found here, but you want to be found here. So you can see, RepairPal, we do show up pretty high in these cases because we have a lot of educational content for our consumers, and we have the content that meets the needs of somebody typing in, Ford Focus transmission costs near me. We have the content that feeds into the answers. there. So we're able to show up high. And because we're showing up high in the search, our shops are showing up high in the search. Now, the number of searches for near me has increased by 500% in recent years. So you want to ask yourself, where are you showing up in your, city and state? When you type in the cars that you service, and a particular repair and near me, are you showing up here? Because if you aren't, you're not getting this traffic. And now trust comes in, once the consumer finds a shop, they want proof that they can trust it, because there is still, we still need to work on building trust in the industry. So when you have something like transparent pricing on your site, it builds confidence before they call. And again, not everybody in this day and age likes to pick up the phone and call. So having this stuff online and on your site will help remove friction, right? The verified reviews, these are trust signals that outperform paid ads. If you got your warranty and everything displayed on your site, that removes fear. And being part of a network, a vetted network like RepairPal, signals credibility, because we are, and our consumers know that we're looking at shops, making sure their customer service is great, making sure they have fair prices, and making sure they have a warranty. So folks know that their repair is guaranteed. Having that is adding credibility, and again, gets you more visibility and more customers than you can do on your own. Okay. And then also, now, not everybody searches for repairs on their own. Sometimes they're calling their partner, or not their partner, our partners. They're calling their trusted provider. So let's say somebody buys a car at CarMax, and then they get a Max Care plan. Sometimes these folks, rather than going online, they will contact CarMax or go to their site to try to find repair. RepairPal, we partner with folks like this. We have over 100 partners. So again, you being part of a team like this, or any type of partner relationships, will help your business grow, because now you're getting in front of even more folks than you would have gotten in front of on your own. And these type of referrals, these are high intent folks, right? They're not just looking for oil changes. These folks are looking for mid to major mechanical repairs. Now let's talk about your website and how to make it work for you. So I've given you an example here of, I just did a search, brake repair near me. That's what's called a keyword. This is what folks are typing in. And so, you can do this. You can do on your computer, brake repair near me. You could see where you fall in and where you come up. So the way that you get to the top or higher up on the Google searches is you want to make sure you've got location specific landing pages. So you can see, and it might be a little hard, but on this example, it does say San Diego, California brake service, right? You want to have your location, there's offers for San Diego. You want to have these on landing pages on your site, because that's what's going to feed in to Google saying, oh, this is near them. You want to create dedicated landing pages for specific services. So again, brake service, because the person's keyword is brake repair. You want to have a page that contains that language. You want to provide informative content. So you could talk about on these pages, brake repair, educate folks on this, about the brake repair, because again, that's what's going to go into the AI summary. And also, which is not on here specifically, but for your website, let folks know you're the right shop for them, and put photos of the outside of your shop, in the lobby, your team, folks with smiling faces and everything. Customers love to see that because they want to see the personality, and they want to see, like, okay, is this the right shop for me? And then you want to make sure, if you have not already, that you have claimed your business, your Google business profile. This makes it easily findable in local searches, right? So you've seen that, where you might say, hotels near me or something. Then if they have the Google business profile, they will be listed here. I mean, I guess you can't really see my arrow, but you can see the results from here. You want to show up here. It's very easy to do, and it is free. And then you want to encourage folks to leave you reviews on your Google profile, so that when people are searching and they see you in the list, they see your great reviews. That's going to help them make the decision. Okay, so poll for everybody. Where do most of your customers come from? Are they coming mostly from word of mouth, Google Ads and search, partner referrals, or some other way? Type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. Don't be shy. Okay. Okay, we got some Google Ads, word of mouth here. Mostly Google Ads, it looks like. Okay, great. All right, some more Google Ads. Okay, it looks like Google Ads and search are for the win. Nice. Okay, great. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the chat or in the poll. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about turning interested customers into booked appointments.
Absolutely, yeah. The whole name of the game, and really everything that we've been talking about, is engaging with customers how they want to engage with you. And the big thing to consider is how that has shifted over time. 20 years ago, yes, the best way was to be standing at the door of your shop, ready to pick up the phone, where now consumers' expectations have shifted. They want to schedule online. And this isn't only seen in automotive, this is seen, and really the change was caused due to all the other industries that have moved to online scheduling. I mean, if you're going to a nice restaurant, you almost have to be scheduling online. Even getting your hair cut, booking any kind of trip, it's all done online. And that's where the experience has shifted to.
Mm-hmm.
In general, right now, when we look at data, and I think this data was from 2024, 70% of customers prefer to schedule appointments rather than calling into the shop. And I think what's even more important is that 61% of customers indicate they're likely to switch to a provider who provides online scheduling. So when we're thinking about how your shop competes against the big box stores, the big chain shops of the world, they're investing a lot of money into building out their own proprietary scheduling stuff. How can you compete by using an online scheduling platform at a much lower cost than spending millions of dollars to build it yourself, to compete with those stores around you who make it super easy, whether it's 4 p.m. or 4 a.m. to be able to book an appointment? And the businesses that we work with are seeing, when they switch to online scheduling without really making any changes to their business, they can see up to an increase of 26% in appointment bookings. When you're just offering, hey, great, thanks for calling, we're closed, leave us a voicemail, that is not a great way to convert someone. Maybe they leave a voicemail, maybe you get back to it in the morning, maybe when you call them back, they answer the phone. It's a lot of maybes to maybe get a customer, where if it said something like, hey, we're unavailable, press 1, schedule an appointment online right now. Any form where they understand, I'm just going to have a phone call. Usually they're going to wait to call you, and who knows if they end up calling you. It's a lot of maybes. Being able to book smoothly after hour. When we look at our platform right now, about 36% of our appointments come after hours. That means after the shop is closed, when you're not even there to pick up the phone. People want an instant booking experience, and we can do that because of integrations that allow us to do real-time scheduling.
Mhm.
Melody, you are absolutely on the right track there. So the goal with online scheduling, and yes, AutoOps is what we call Steer's scheduling platform. It's called AutoOps. The goal is by looking at and integrating with your shop management system calendar to see when you have real-time availability. It allows you to really maximize the capacity of your calendar, making sure that every time you have available is getting filled in a way that is efficient for your shop. We want to reduce the amount of time you're spending on the phone. I tell shops a lot of times, and what they see when they switch to AutoOps is, imagine if your phone calls went down by 30%, and most people start freaking out. Oh my word, that means, well, imagine if your phone calls went down by 30%, and in that same period, your car count was going up because more people are just scheduling online without needing to have a conversation with you. We're preventing manual bookings, double bookings, and customers can schedule 24/7 and have a great experience. You would be shocked at how many shops I'll look at, or they'll send us an email, where they get a 5-star review before they even ever come into the shop. They'll leave a review before they come into the shop. They just say, hey, it was so easy to schedule. I really enjoyed the experience. So, the experience with the customer begins a long time before they walk through the doors at your shop. The experience begins at 8 p.m. when the kids just got done soccer practice and they were looking to do business with the shop.
Mm-hmm. Great. So here at RepairPal, we've got real-time scheduling, which is powered by AutoOps. So how does this work? We are consumers who come to the repairpal.com site, right? We get millions of these every month coming to our site looking for mid to major mechanical repair. So they come to our site, they go to a directory of shops that we've certified, and then they are able to use real-time scheduling. Likewise, we've got partners, over 100, CarMax, USAA, Yelp, that are also sending consumers to our certified shops. Then they are able to use the real-time scheduling to book. So this is live calendar availability. This is linked directly to your shop management system. So this prevents manual entry. This reduces no-shows because, if consumers and customers are scheduling with you and then they get an automatic confirmation, that will help them show up. They want to get that communication from you. So we've integrated this, and this is included. This is not an additional cost. This is part of your RepairPal subscription, right? This is going to help convert because, like Steven said, you don't want people having to call you to see, are you available? You don't want them waiting around if they've, checked your availability or tried to book. You don't want them waiting around to see, okay, well, can I come in at that time? This is going to do everything for you. You are going to convert higher. Right? So once customers can discover you online, and that's what they're doing through the ways that we've talked about, this is going to turn every platform into a booking engine.
Yeah. And it ties in perfectly to this slide here. The whole point is, no matter how you engage with customers, at least give them the option to schedule online. All you're doing is just saying, hey, you know what? For example, let's say I put a QR code to schedule online with a mailer and I also have my phone number. Sure, maybe let's say 80% of people call the shop, but there might be 20% that you were missing out beforehand who just prefers to schedule online. So obviously you're going to have the real-time scheduling through RepairPal on any of their pages, and they do a fantastic job at making sure they catch customers who would have never come to your shop, which is amazing. But whether it's text and email blasts, obviously on your website, things like social media posts, put a link to schedule online in your social media posts, paid ads, even things like business cards or your shop signage. There's a shop in Arizona that actually put a big QR code right on their door. So if people come after hours or the shop is closed, cool, I'll just schedule my appointment right there. Oil change stickers are getting really popular, putting a QR code so that when someone sees, great, okay, I understand that I need an oil change and I'm overdue. Oh, wait, let's just scan this QR code and go directly to the shop that I did it with last time, and let's schedule online.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just want to ditto on how important this is, having, a good call to action, which is schedule online. And again, this is removing friction. I will tell you, I am a very forgetful person, but if I get a text message from someone said, oh, it's time to schedule your appointment, and here is the link, I do it because I'm on my phone. They're getting business from me. They're reminding me I need to do something. They're making it easy by giving me a schedule link, and then I get it done, which if they would have never done that, they wouldn't have heard from me. So this is very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to have some customers who, with a great scheduling experience, more people are going to begin scheduling. But in any type of scheduling, whether it's at restaurants or whether it's at your nail salon, there's going to be people who begin scheduling and then stop. They get distracted. Grandma calls, the kids start screaming. Anyone who begins scheduling through our online scheduling tool and stops, we're going to basically do shopping cart abandonment and say, hey, I saw you were scheduling, you stopped. We'll send over you, the shop, all the information to follow up with that customer who started booking but didn't complete, so that you can call them and get them back in the shop. So we call those leads, and they're very valuable, but you should always be thinking, how do I catch as many customers as possible who start wanting to do business with me, but maybe don't complete it?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then another big thing, and this ties into what we were talking about earlier, how it's getting more and more expensive to acquire new customers. I don't think anyone has seen their Google ads just getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper over time. The cost per click, the cost per call is going up. So what you should be focused on is the much cheaper avenue of saying, let's retain customers. It's a lot cheaper to retain a customer than get a new one. And nationally, across the board, 50% of consumers that visit a shop don't go back more than once. Our goal is, how can we shift someone who visited one time to visiting 10 plus times? That is the goal with any CRM platform like Steer.
Mm-hmm.
The goal with Steer, as we have grown as a company, we've kind of nailed individual aspects, and then we move on and build more products so that you can have all your systems under one roof. So instead of having 10 disjointed systems, having one system where you can do your text and email campaigns targeted at your best customers, where you can have your website, where you can have any direct mail campaigns go through. We even released a phones product recently, so the data from how people are interacting on the phones can tie into the entire Steer platform, call tracking, even doing things with oil change stickers, and obviously online scheduling. Having it all in one platform keeps the data all together, so each system can benefit off of the data we're collecting. Really, the goal when we're looking at a CRM is, how do we target our best customers at the right time for the right service? And that's really what we can do in Steer. To be able to filter, we have a lot of different filters, which you can see small in that image there, to say, hey, how do I target really my best customers? Not the customer that's going to come in and spend $40 on an oil change and never come in again. How do we target, like we were talking about earlier, the customers who are coming in for large mechanical jobs? We can do that with reactivation campaigns, service reminders, ongoing engagement. So there's a great way to target those things. We also have ways to target customers based on geointelligence. You can see a map of where all of your customers are at. So you can target areas that maybe have customers with more affluent customers. Another way that I think it's really cool how this is used is specifically in shops where there's weather events. So let's say there's like a snowstorm in this one specific area. Maybe sending out a winter tire promo specifically to that area is the best way to get high intent customers coming into your shop. So you can do it by zip code, city, radius. You can just draw a circle around an area, and it's really enables you to do personalized and effective marketing. With the text and email campaigns, those can be beautifully built out with a strong CTA. And this is all happening automatically. So when a customer comes in, let's say they come in, they get an oil change, you obviously process that invoice through your shop management system. Automatically, we can say, hey, after 90 days or after 10,000 miles, I want to automatically enroll them in this campaign, and we'll send out texts and emails to those customers where you can actually see the full attribution journey, where you can see, hey, we sent this person this email, they opened it, they came in on this date, and they spent this much money. So those are a great way to get your best customers back in the shop. With those reminders, like I was saying, we can do it a couple different ways. We can do it based on days. You can say 30 days after service, 90 days after service. We could also say miles, or we can also do a hybrid model where we take into account the actions of that specific driver. So when we're thinking through customers, you do an oil change for 2 different customers. The one might be a grandmother who drives about 1,000 miles in a year, compared to someone who's commuting 2 hours a day for work. They're driving 10,000 miles every year. And we will send it to them on differing schedules depending on our intelligence of understanding when is this person actually going to need to do this service. Like I said, there's great reporting for all campaigns where you can see how many you sent and how many dollars it made you on the bottom line. You need to be able to understand your ROI on all of these actions so you can understand which campaigns are most effective and where you should be targeting most of your marketing at. We also can help with review collection. So we can automatically integrate with Google, Facebook, Yelp. Great review platform where customers leave reviews. And we can pull all of these in. It's even easy to have AI responses set up to respond to those reviews. One thing here is that whenever these customers are responding to campaigns, it's really easy to see it all in one place, where when they respond to a text, when they respond to an email, all of that communication is in one place where you can see all the information about the customer while responding to them.
Okay, poll time.
Time.
Do you want to do this poll here, Stephen?
Sure. Love for everyone to put in the chat a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which area would make the biggest impact on your shop right now? When you're thinking about this month, the next month, what area do you think you would get the best ROI on when investing in one of these areas? More booked appointments, focusing on better customer retention, faster communication, or be able to save more time with automation? Getting some differing answers on this one. It's not as straight across the board. Like better retention, more appointments never hurts. There we go, more time. Once again, some people are just saying, hey, I want to save more time so that I can focus on more important things in the shop than answering phone calls all day.
Okay. Looks like more booked appointments for the win. Any others? One and four. Okay.
Combo. I mean, listen, I would take all 4 if I could.
Give them all to me. Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you all again for participating in this poll. So let's put all of this together that we've talked about, right? All of these different systems work hand in hand to help you with all 4 of these growth levers, right? So we've got RepairPal. Let's say you sign up with us. We're going to help you get new customers that you wouldn't have seen. Again, these folks are high intent. They're typing in high intent keywords, forward focus transmission, cost near me. we're pulling in those consumers in our site and we are sending them to RepairPal certified shops. We also have over 100 partners. So when folks are calling and talking to, let's say they need a tow, these tow companies are taking them to RepairPal certified shops. So you're getting the customers through us. We are also helping with reviews. We automatically, after repairs, we send review requests to folks. And so we verify these reviews. So we're making sure that if people do leave you a review, that they have actually come in for a repair and that these reviews are legit. So again, this is online. You want to have that online visibility. Also, what we do, and again, this is included in the cost, is we provide a lot of marketing strategies and tips. We've got a 12-month or a 12 video series marketing masterclass. We create, marketing campaign guides, social media guides. We do all of this and we provide it for you, which works very good when you have a tool like Steer, because you can use that tool to actually get these campaigns and things out. And then we've got auto ops here in the middle. So when these folks are coming to our site and booking, you've seen that we have the real time scheduling to help you convert those right away.
Yeah. And yeah, I've always been impressed at sometimes there was one time I was making a general search. I wasn't specifically looking to do work at a shop, but I was looking about something with my brakes. RepairPal link came up for a shop near me. I clicked on it and I was like, you know what? It is time to get this done. So, I mean, they do a fantastic job at attracting customers. The truth with online scheduling is you have to have people seeing your shop for online scheduling to mean anything. So that's why RepairPal is so important in this flow.
Yep. Great. And then one thing I do want to throw out there too and say, let's say your shop is busy. You already have a good amount of customers coming in through the door. I would tell you to ask yourself, what type of customers are these? Are they a majority of oil changes, right? Because you want to be busy with the right type of customer. And RepairPal is about, on average, 800 to 1,200 are our repair orders. These people mean business when they come. So you want to be busy with those type of customers. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, please, this is a great time to put them in the chat, and then we will go through and we will answer any questions that you have. But you've attended this webinar, so you sign up with RepairPal, you will get the first month of service free.
Yes, for Steer, if you're signed up for this and for any RepairPal customers, the first month is free, $0 setup fee.
Right. And so I'm looking in the chat. I did see a question. I did answer it in the chat, but I'll just say it out loud. Tommy asked a question about RepairPal. Thank you. And the reminders. So we do send out automatically, confirmations and email reminders to folks that do book with you. Okay, we want customers to have a great experience. That's how you're going to get them to come back as well, giving a great experience. So having a communication, channel with them is the way that you will get that. I'm kind of mumbling, but that is important. We believe in that a lot. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so Taylor asked a question: who can we contact for support with connecting across RepairPal, Techmetric, and Auto Ops? Are you asking for support in signing up with these or customer support?
In general, Taylor, it's probably going to be best, honestly, go to the Auto Ops team. So there's support buttons in your dashboard. If you talk to them and say anything about RepairPal, Techmetric, they can quickly get you set up. And Isabel, I saw your question. I'd love to, love to chat with you if you're not using Steer yet, if you want to drop your email, I can definitely have someone reach out ASAP or a phone number.
Yes. Yep. And we also have here, and you guys will get this. Here are some QR codes. So if you, are interested in Steer, you could take a picture of this QR code or go to their site and you'll contact them. And if you're interested in RepairPal, same thing. Here is a QR code. And then we can have a salesperson reach out to you. Okay, so Richmond asked a question. Is there a way to get Yelp to not discount your solicited reviews to not get hidden? Also, Steer is the best resource for getting Google reviews we've ever used. Okay, great. Nice shout out for Steer. As far as Yelp, you will want to contact them directly about their reviews. So RepairPal, we have been acquired by Yelp, but we still operate as ourselves, and our reviews, we do verify them. So any questions for Yelp, though, you will have to contact them directly. Taylor, I've been bounced around. I need more technical support to verify it is a fact, active, and reflecting in appointments across those 3 platforms.
Taylor, I just dropped my email in the chat. If you want to send me an email directly, feel free, and I will make sure it gets handled ASAP.
Great, perfect. And I can also direct you, Stephen, if you find that she needs RepairPal support, I can connect you with our support team.
Awesome.
Richmond, we now have the most Google reviews in our market by 300. That is amazing.
Yeah, and listen, we like taking a little bit of the credit, but we can't take all the credit. Some of that is you're probably just running a fantastic shop. So.
That is great. Reviews are good. And listen, we do have different webinars and trainings. We talk a lot about reviews. And I say, reviews, both positive and negative reviews, are a good thing. A negative review can really, as long as you're responding to them, they can show potential customers how, you deal with an uncomfortable situation. And, because these are inevitable. So how you show up when a customer is having a bad experience really can, that's turning that negative into a positive. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else? All right.
Well, yes, thank you for everyone for coming out today. Hopefully you find this valuable and thinking through how to get new customers and retain them.
Yes. One more, Brian. How effective is RepairPal in Canada? Brian, great question, but RepairPal is only in the United States. Not in Canada, not yet. I will never say never. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being so engaged with your questions. Yes, USA, in the chat and everything. Be sure to reach out to us. Like I said, all will follow up. By the end of the day, you'll get the video recording. You will get the deck. And we were so happy to have you here today. We will talk to you later.
Bye.